In the last video, we saw the leader of the beast folks, Cassandra, declaring a hunting competition before a party. She tells everyone that the warrior who hunts the most delicious prey would be given the title of Chedu, and later explains to Kanghyuk that the title is given to their best hunter, who has the honor to lead their entire tribe during a group hunt. Meanwhile, Kanghyuk stays behind with Cassandra, who plays with the rowdy beast kids. Soon, the hunters begin returning with their prey. First comes the warrior chief, Temu, who has hunted a big tiger monster. Soon after, White Rice comes there with a giant serpent that he brought down single-handedly. Noah and others also bring their prey. And then finally, Cassandra says that now she will declare the winner. To everyone's surprise, the winner is a girl who just hunted a single bird. Cassandra tells them that she asked the hunters to bring the most delicious prey, and not the strongest prey, so they all lose to the girl. After that, they have a celebration, but Kanghyuk cannot enjoy himself because the smell of raw meat being roasted is too bad. He can't bear it any longer and tells Cassandra that he will cook everything. He grills the meat and then uses some alcohol and sour berries to cook the meat, and the result is so soft and delicious that the beast folk are amazed. Cassandra refuses to let Kanghyuk cook anymore because he is a guest, and she tells the skilled cooks of her village to copy his techniques. Everyone has fun, and later, Cassandra gives Kanghyuk a wooden whistle that serves as proof of his friendship with the beastmen, and he can call them using it any time. Kanghyuk is happy and thinks that this is a really great experience, and he cannot see such outrageous things in the real world. But the very next day, he gets a very suspicious-looking old man as his customer. Kanghyuk coldly and distantly welcomes the old man to his restaurant and asks him what he wants. Meanwhile, he is thinking that he has not installed a necessary item in his store yet. Anyway, the old man tells him that they will start with cold water, in fact, the coldest he has, because he is sweating heavily because of all the heavy leather he is wearing on this warm, sunny day. Well, as Kanghyuk looks at him again, he once again thinks about the necessary item, which turns out to be a security alarm. He wonders how much it would cost, because right now, it seems like a good investment. The old man doesn't seem to notice his suspicions and hesitation, and he keeps on saying that he had only heard about it, but he was not actually expecting a restaurant to be here. He wants to order immediately, and judging by his way of talking, Kanghyuk thinks that he is not from the village. The man says that he wants to have vongole, and he wants it to be made from fettuccine. Those words leave Kanghyuk flabbergasted, and he instantly does a 180 on his attitude about the shady customer. He apologizes and says that they don't have any fettuccine right now. The old man says that it is fine because he was asking just in case. However, Kanghyuk tells him that instead of fettuccine, they have linguine, and the old man's eyes widen. Kanghyuk asks him if he will be satisfied with linguine, and he asks him to use it. Well, you might be wondering what these fancy-sounding names are. Actually, they are different types of pastas. Kanghyuk never thought that someone would come to this remote place and order fettuccine in particular. Fettuccine is a thick and flat pasta, and linguine is slightly less thick than it but more thick than normal pasta. Since the old man wanted his pasta like he wants his girls, thick, Kanghyuk offered him linguine as it was the best he had after fettuccine. He thinks that most people in this place don't even know the names of different types of pasta shapes. But the customer right now had a very specific order. As he cooks, Kanghyuk thinks that maybe the old man really likes Western food. He roasts some clams along with garlic and oil, and then pours some wine over them. It has been a long time since Kanghyuk has been asked to make something fancy, and he plans to use this chance to show off his skills fully. He soon completes the vongole pasta and presents it to the customer. The customer is impressed by the look of the dish, and he gradually takes the first bite. He finds that the flavor of clams is strong, but it doesn't taste fishy at all. It also has the right amount of spices that bring the savoriness forward. He is certain that this is not the skill of any regular restaurant owner. He looks at Kanghyuk and thinks that he was not expecting such high-level pasta from a countryside village. He sees great skill in Kanghyuk and thinks that he can do something special that he needs done. The old man gets up and asks Kanghyuk if he can talk to him for a second, and he turns around. The TV is on, and it loudly talks about a famous painter called Jung Jae-hoon, who has once again left his mark on the world of art with his latest painting. The famous painter is giving a speech about the last art festival he attended and the opportunities he got after that. Just as the customer hears this, he quickly hides his face, and Kanghyuk is confused. He nervously asks him if there is any problem with the food, and the man tells him not to mind it. Later, he finishes his food and tells Kanghyuk that it was very delicious. He says that he never thought he would be able to eat proper Italian food so far out in the countryside. Kanghyuk replies that it is the same for him because the old man was the first person to ask for a specific pasta shape. He asks him if he likes Italian food, and the man replies that he used to eat it a lot when he went studying abroad. Kanghyuk understands the reasons now and thanks the customer because he was able to show off his skills because of him after a long time. He tells the man that he can cook anything Italian, and he asks him to visit the restaurant again. On hearing this, the customer asks him if he can make minestrone. Kanghyuk knows that it is a traditional Italian soup with pasta and vegetables. It is an easy-to-make dish and is typically eaten while being shared with the whole family. Well, Kanghyuk is certain that his customer knows Italian food well, and he excitedly asks him if he wants it now. He is raring to show his skill and says that he can prepare it in 30 minutes if he wants it on the go. The man tells him that he will come again tomorrow and tells Kanghyuk that he should make it then. Kanghyuk is a bit disappointed that he will have to wait, but says that he will prepare for it in advance. The customer thanks him and adds that he is not the type of person to make such requests, but since he saw great skill in Kanghyuk, he could not stop him. He takes off his glasses and introduces himself as Young Jae-hoon, paying special emphasis to his name. Kanghyuk is confused, but he introduces himself in return. Jae-hoon is shocked to see that Kanghyuk didn't recognize him even after he was shown on TV just now. He asks Kanghyuk if he doesn't watch TV, and he replies that he doesn't really. The old painter is a little taken aback and decides to leave so that he can come again tomorrow. Kanghyuk is still confused about why the customer suddenly introduced himself when his attention goes to the TV. He sees that the program is talking about the famous painter Young Jae-hoon, and a documentary on his life is also in production. Kanghyuk is stunned to learn about this, and he lets out a scream to express his shock, which startles the poor white rice. The next day, Kanghyuk apologizes to Jae-hoon for not recognizing him yesterday, and he stutters as he says that he is a fan of his works. Jae-hoon would rather believe the words of a politician than this, and he asks Kanghyuk if he would believe the same thing if he were in his place. Kanghyuk admits that he would not, and then the old man tells him not to worry about it. He says that he came to the countryside because he didn't like being treated as someone special. He says that he has become quite arrogant too. Kanghyuk tries to say that it was not what he meant, but Jae-hoon looks outside the window and gets lost in the thoughts of his past. He says that perhaps he wanted to be reminded of the old times when he was still passionate and humble about Kanghyuk's cooking. Soon, Kanghyuk prepares the minestrone soup that Jae-hoon ordered. Once again, Jae-hoon finds the soup very delicious, but the look on his face is quite plain. Kanghyuk complains that he is eating like he doesn't care about the taste. Jae-hoon is not really surprised to see Kanghyuk staring at his face from across the table. He assures Kanghyuk that the soup is really delicious and he has never had it so good in Korea before. It is so good that it can be sold in authentic restaurants in Italy. However, it is different from the taste Jae-hoon is looking for. He says that he ate minestrone a lot during his time studying abroad. Kanghyuk asks him to elaborate, and Jae-hoon says that it has been dozens of years since then. He went to Italy with only a dream to become a good painter and had no money to his name at all. He did all sorts of jobs to keep afloat, and even after that, buying a bottle of paint proved to be too difficult. Back then, all he could eat was some pasta and a pinch of salt. Jae-hoon says that he was having a hard time, but his pride was too strong to let him bow down and ask for leftover vegetables in the market. However, whenever he managed to sell a painting, he ate out at a restaurant. It was not fine dining, but it was still something that gave him a sense of accomplishment. In those days, a bowl of minestrone full of vegetables was the most precious thing to him. Jae-hoon says that at the end of his struggle days, he got a good opportunity and left Italy. And ever since then, he has been avoiding Italian food. However, after some time passed, he realized something. He realized that painful memories of the harsh past are still his own. To properly relive them, he wanted to have that cheap minestrone soup again. He begins talking about how things always appear better and sweeter in memories and starts getting up. He says that the soup he had in Italy could not have tasted much different. Kanghyuk asks him if he doesn't think that he can find the same taste if he looks for it. Jae-hoon says that he doesn't think he can find it, and then thanks him for the food and for listening to his rambling. However, Kanghyuk is not ready to give up. Jae-hoon's story about surviving in a foreign country all alone resonates greatly with him, and he wonders what he could compare the minestrone soup with in his own journey. He suddenly asks Jae-hoon if he can describe the taste of the soup in detail to him. Jae-hoon tells him that the soup was not as delicious as the one he made, and the broth was thicker. They used cheap vegetables, so the taste was bound to be average, but it was still refreshing. Also, it tasted slightly fishy. Jae-hoon then asks Kanghyuk if he knows about the town called Amalfi, which is a coastal town in Italy. He says that maybe it was because it was a fishing town that even the vegetables had a fishy taste there. Kang Hyun is lost deep in thoughts now, and he asks Jihoon if he can spare some time tomorrow so that he can taste his minestrone soup once again. Later, Kang Hyun begins preparing to make a minestrone that will be exactly like Jihoon wanted, and as always, white rice is there to help him out. Kang Hyun is thinking out loud that the ingredients for the soup differ from place to place and family to family. He recalls that Jihoon told him that the soup had a thick broth, a fishy taste, and no meat in it. That is a matter of concern for him because the soup tasted fishy even though it only had vegetables in it. He researches online about the possible causes. Suddenly, he gets an idea. Kang Hyun wonders if an Italian fish stew called caxiaco was used as the base of the soup. That also forces him to wonder if the refreshing taste of the minestrone Jihoon ate came from a combination of seafood stew and tomatoes. However, Jihoon was knowledgeable enough, so Kang Hyun believes that he would have known if he had a caxiaco. Kang Hyun begins to wonder if the painter was remembering a different taste because of a faulty memory. He then starts searching for the town called Amalfi that Jihoon mentioned, and what he finds stuns him. Kang Hyun looks at the pictures of Amalfi and thinks that it is a beautiful coast town. He sees the sea and notices something, and then starts saying that Jihoon might have an even sharper memory than him. That's all for this video. What do you think Kang Hyun found in the picture, and how will he recreate the taste of the dish? Let's find that out in the next video. Till then, check out other videos on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe.